Hey everybody, this is John Assaraf and welcome to Winning the Game of Business and Financial Success. Now, I hope that you've gotten all of our emails and that you downloaded the manual that comes with this program that we sent in the last several days. Now, before we begin, I get you into the real reasons why your business may be stuck or in trouble, or that you may not be growing as fast as you'd like and achieving the goals that you want. Here's a question for you. Why did you get into business in the first place? And the reason I ask you that is because most of the business owners I know believe that at one point that business could be the road to financial freedom. It could be their path to living the lifestyle of their dreams, of having financial security, emotional security, less stress, more time to do the things that they want to do and love to do. Now, something along the way happened that may have derailed you, or that may be causing you to feel like maybe this isn't a great idea because it takes so many more hours than you thought it would, and it might be causing you to procrastinate and not make the headway that you'd like to make on your path to growing your business. Now, what I can share with you is I have met thousands and thousands of financially frustrated business owners. And the question is, why aren't business owners earning the income that they want to earn and not living the lifestyle they want to live? And more importantly, why aren't they further ahead in achieving success by now? And so there's a lot of reasons. The first thing that is really worth pointing out, based on the statistics that the government produces every year, 85% of businesses will go out of business within 3 or 4 years. The question is, why is that acceptable in the business community? If doctors were going to go out of business at that rate, they would know something is wrong, or if lawyers would. And maybe we should have more lawyers go out of business. Just kidding, just kidding. But the reason is really something that can be prevented. And what I want to do is make sure that not only do you understand what is the real cause of most businesses not achieving the success that they want to achieve, I want to help you understand why less than 5% of all businesses that make it past the first 3 years make it to $1 million in annual revenues. And then less than 1% of those companies make it to $5 million. And the question is, how come so few get to that $1 million mark or $500,000 mark or $2 or $3 or $4 or $5 million mark? And what I can share with you is that it has nothing to do for the most part with your skill or your knowledge or your abilities. One of the things that I hear over and over again is people telling me that, they feel like they have a great product, they feel like they've got a great service, they're passionate about what they do, and yet they're not generating enough leads and enough income. And they're wondering why. And most people try to figure out how to generate more leads and income versus really understanding what is really causing them to not generate more leads and not have more clients, which will generate more income. And so what I'm going to share with you is not about how to generate more leads and more income to grow your business, but what I really want to share with you is how you can learn to retrain your brain like thousands of my clients have in my programs, which I'll share with you later, to be able to think differently, feel differently about their abilities so they can A, take action based on what they already know, and B, become a high producing business owner. And so the question of why do most business owners not achieve the success that they want to achieve, even though most of them have read books, they've listened to CDs, they've gone to courses, they've gone to events, in some cases they've hired coaches, but they're still not getting the results that they want. And the work that I've done for the last 30 years is understanding, number one, how do I get myself to take action every single day on the things I know I should be doing and can be doing? And then I started teaching it to tens of thousands of people around the world. And what we will do today is help you understand why you may know what to do, you may know how to do it, you may know when to do it, and yet you're still not taking the daily actions that are the highest income, the highest impact producing activities. And so that is part of what is critical. So regardless of how many books you've read or programs you've gone to, I'm going to show you the latest in scientific research, the latest in evidence-based methodologies in clinical behavioral psychology, neuroscience, and a variety of different other sciences that will show you that here is the real issue. Your unconscious brain, your subconscious or unconscious brain is the real cause of you being stuck, in trouble, or just not achieving the business growth and success you hope for and want. And what I'm going to share with you and teach you is how to apply the latest brain-based method, not airy-fairy stuff, but brain-based methods to quickly recognize, then release the hidden unconscious obstacles like self-doubt, fear. You may have fear of success, fear of failure, fear of disappointment, fear of, you fill in the blank. You may be lacking confidence because you don't have the skills, or you may be lacking certainty, and that is what is really causing you and preventing you from accelerating your business growth. So it's not more knowledge, it's not more skills, it's not more strategies, it's really getting deep into the latest research on the brain so that you can really understand how to get rid of a lack of confidence, lack of certainty, things that are making you feel like you're not getting the security that you need, loss of options, revenues that aren't being met, financial freedom, life freedom, and all that piles up for most business owners and shows up in the form of stress and anxiety. And that has an effect on your brain, and specifically the motivational circuits of your brain that causes you to either want to do what's needed or procrastinate and not do what's needed. So if you are now ready, not tomorrow, not in 10 days, but now ready to understand what's happening in here that's causing your results, then today you are going to be extremely happy, because I'm going to get you deep into understanding a little bit more about your brain without having to use a lot of mumbo jumbo jargon and scientific jargon, but really specific information on the brain. Now, over the last 3, 4, 5 years, there has been an amazing amount of research on the brain. And whether you've seen articles in National Geographic magazine, whether you've watched TV and the new brain shows and all the research that's being provided to us from somebody kicking a soccer ball who was just a few years ago paralyzed from the waist down, to information being transferred from one rat to another, and the other rat behaves in the way that the information in the first rat was signaling them to behave. There's so much amazing evidence right now that when you take advantage of the new science of the brain, then you can release anything that's holding you back from a mental or emotional perspective, and gain the confidence and certainty that will empower you to being more productive, and more importantly, to help you grow your business so you can live the lifestyle of your dreams. And I have seen thousands of my clients in the last 3, 4 years learn how to recognize what's holding them back, and they learn how to release the mental obstacles that are holding them back. And that causes them, and what I want for you is to learn how to act with certainty, with confidence, and have total focus, and to have total believability that you can achieve your goals and follow through on all of your actions, versus staying stuck or procrastinating day after day, week after week. Now, what I'm going to teach you is to learn to apply what you learn and take action, versus gaining more knowledge, which equals what? More frustration. So I know that you want to have more discretionary time to have fun for your hobbies. I know that you want to do certain things, on a grander scale with your life and the purpose of your life. And that is really what business is all about. It's a place for you to have a way to express yourself through your products or services or your knowledge, have people pay you for that in an abundance, so that then you could do other things. And that is really what's possible when you break free from your limiting beliefs, from destructive habits, from sabotaging behaviors that I know if you're watching this, those are the things that are preventing you from taking your business, your life, and your income to the next level. And what I can always share with you is that I don't care where I go around the world. Last night, I was with one of the top hedge fund experts in the world, manages $2 billion, and he was telling me how he feels inadequate. Now, this guy makes an income in the $20 to $30 million a year range. That's his personal income. And yet he was telling me that he was feeling inadequate or that he wasn't smart enough or good enough. Go figure. Now, what I helped him, that I will help you do, is recognize when fear of failure or fear of success or fear of disappointment is holding you back from really taking your business to the next level, and how to reframe and release it so you have this flow that really allows you to achieve all of your goals and dreams. And if that's what you want, you're really in the right place. And I want to share something that's really important, because today I'm not going to be focusing on teaching you how to generate more leads on Google or Facebook or referrals. I'm not going to share with you sales strategies that a lot of business courses out there share. That's not what this is about, and I'll tell you why. You already know how to do things you're not doing already. The question is why, and teach you how to overcome that. So this is about creating predictability in your business, to create predictability in your behavior. This is about creating the proper patterns, the neurological, emotional, and physical patterns that will help you do what you need to do every single day, every single week, every single month. And I think you'll have to agree with me that if you could do that, and you can, and do it consistently, then you'll be able to double, triple, or quintuple your income in the next 6 to 12 months, like thousands of people that I've worked with in the past have, by doing what? Retraining their brain. And I can share with you my breakthrough, my personal breakthrough, came from having an amazing group of mentors. First, when I was in my early 20s, then my 30s and my 40s. And what my early mentors taught me was the power of my subconscious mind. Not the part of my brain that could set a goal. It was the part of my brain, my unconscious mind, that housed my beliefs, my habits, and my emotions. The part of my brain that felt stress, the part of my brain that had fears, fear of not being smart enough, fear of not being good enough. I went to grade 11 high school and decided school wasn't for me. And at that time, I was told that if I didn't get a college degree, I wouldn't amount to much. So that created doubts in my life. That created a feeling of anxiety that I wouldn't make enough money to support myself or my family. But my mentors taught me how exactly and precisely to grow my business by becoming more in here, by upgrading my beliefs, mastering my habits of what I do every day, in addition to upgrading my knowledge and my skills. And what I did every day was retrain my brain. I was able to create a process with their help that I'll share with you on how you can achieve the vision, the mission, the business goals, and the life goals that you have. Now, some of you think that, because I've written some books, which I'll share with you in a moment, that, I've just had success happen all the time. What you don't know is nobody in my family ever had a business. Nobody in our immediate family really ever had a business. And nobody made a lot of money. My father was a cab driver. My mother worked at a local department store. So I didn't have my parents as mentors or my immediate family. I didn't understand anything about sales, marketing, management, and all the things that you need to understand in business. I got into business when I was 19 years old in real estate. Why? Because I only had to go to school for 5 weeks, pass the test, and if I passed the test, I could actually go and try and sell something. And so I, at that time, had a lack of confidence, a lack of certainty, and my beliefs were that I wasn't smart enough, I wasn't good enough. And prior to having these mentors teach me how to retrain my brain, how to gain a little bit more confidence and certainty in who I was actually on my path to either jail or the morgue. And the reason I say that is several of the group that I was hanging, several of the individuals in that group, they actually went to jail and a couple of them died. And so I share that with you because I didn't come from money, but I learned that business could be for me the royal road to financial freedom. And so the picture that you're seeing is a car that I drove back in 1980, a Dodge Dart. The picture of the apartment is just the home that we used to live in. And so I went from that to living a pretty nice lifestyle. And based on retraining my brain and learning how to upgrade my knowledge and skills, I've been able to build several multi-million-dollar companies, whether it was Remax of Indiana to $4.5 billion in sales that I sold a few years ago, or Bamboo.com that we grew to over 10 million a month in revenue and took public on NASDAQ, or my current company now, NeuroGym, that is well on its way to earning 8 figures a year, and then our goal is 9 figures a year. I've been able to not just work on the inner game, but also I understand the strategies and tactics to take a company from startup, from an idea, from one person to having as many as 1,500 employees in a company. So I'm not sharing with you theories or ideas that I haven't applied myself or that I haven't applied within my own companies or with people. And so I come to you in a humbleness of I've been there and I'm doing it now, again. And you may remember me from either my New York Times best-selling book, Having It All, or my New York Times best-selling book, The Answer, or you may know me from The Secret, which I had the privilege and honor to be in. What most people don't know is I was also in another awesome movie with Richard Branson and the Dalai Lama called Quest for Success, which was an amazing special on really achieving success. And so today, what I love to do is share my knowledge. I've invested over $1 million of my own money in gaining the knowledge, and I still invest probably $25,000 to $50,000 a month in hiring consultants. And that gives me the chance to build more companies, do more good in the world, invest time with my family, give to the charities that make a difference in our lives. And ultimately what that does, it gives me more purpose and meaning. The other thing that gives me an enormous amount of purpose and meaning is in my community of people that buy my products and services. I'm in there every day. I get messages every single day from people who say that I've helped transform the lives of their families. I've helped transform their businesses and their lives. And for me, it's a form of charity to take my knowledge and what I've accumulated over the last 30 years and share it with millions of people around the world. And that's really what drives me, is to take what I have done and to see how big of a footprint I can make in the world while I'm still alive. And so I want you to know that I appreciate you being here, but I also want you to know that it takes work, okay, to achieve success. So make no mistake about this, that this is, some airy-fairy, pseudo-science-y, easy to achieve goal to double, triple, quintuple your income. If you're starting from zero, it's one thing. But if you've got a business that's, doing 30,000, 50,000, 100,000, or 200 or 500 or a million, and you want to double or triple those, it takes a little bit more finesse. And you will learn very, very quickly that it's your mindset, your skill set, and your emotions, and your actions. So before we begin or continue, here's a question for you. If we imagine that business is a game, just like a sport or playing musical instruments or anything else, if we imagine business is a game, what level of the business game do you want to play at? Now, do you want to play it at the kindergarten level and just have fun with it? It's not that important. You don't really need the money or want the money, and you don't really care how many people you help. Or do you want to move it to the grade school level, the high school level, or do you want to get a lot more serious and play at the university and pro level? And the reason I'm asking you this question right now is because each level of the game requires a different level of thinking. It requires different rules, and it requires different action sets. To earn 500,000, or $1 million, or 2 or 5 million, that's pro level game. If you want to make, $20 or $30 or $40,000, that might be the high school level game. You don't have to be as serious. So I'm going to share with you how to play the game at least the university and pro level. And so if you want to start making 100 to 500 to $1 million to $2 million, that's really where I'm going to focus, because I want to help conscious entrepreneurs who have great products, great services, get the mindset that they need in line with their emotions, which you'll understand what I mean in just a moment, and the skills and behaviors that they need to take. And so for you to get to that university to pro level, what I'm going to share with you today is going to cause you to either feel comfortable or uncomfortable, and I'm okay with both. But what I can share with you is 30 years ago, my first mentor asked me a question. He asked me if I was interested or if I was committed to becoming a millionaire. And I said to him, I said, Alan, his name was Alan Brown, I said, what's the difference? And he said to me, he said, if you're interested, you'll come up with excuses. You'll come up with reasons. You'll come up with stories. You'll want to stay in your comfort zone. You won't want to invest in yourself. You won't want to grow. You won't want to do what it takes. If you're committed, which I hope you are, he says you'll learn what you need to learn. You'll invest in yourself. You'll take action and you'll tweak it and get better and better and better until you achieve the goal no matter what. So if you want what I'm sharing with you to work, make a commitment right now to yourself. You don't need to make a commitment to me. Make a commitment to yourself that you are willing to do whatever it takes that's ethical and professional, and that you are now ready to take your mindset game to the next level. You're ready to learn how to master your emotions, which you have to do, and you're ready to take action. And what I can share with you is I don't have a short-term fix. I have a permanent, long-term solution that you'll be able to use for the rest of your life, no matter where you are, no matter what your business is. So I do have a question for you. Are you ready to win the inner game that will allow you to win the outer game? If you are, just let me know, okay? Type in the comment bar, if there is one right now, okay, to let me know if you're ready to win the inner game, or write it down on a piece of paper, because just the fact that you wrote down, yes, I'm willing to win the inner game, that puts you in a forward momentum to achieving your goals and dreams. Now, I want to share something with you that you should have received in your little manual, but if you didn't, I'm going to share this with you. I'm going to write on the board right now to help you understand why you're achieving the results you're achieving, and how do you make the transition from the inside out so that you really start taking the actions that you need to take. So, I have my little thing over here, and if my team could give me a marker, that would be great. I think the marker's right over there. Thank you. So what I want you to remember and understand, all right, you'll see this on your screen as well, is I'm going to put A over here, and A represents your actions. Now, obviously, your results, okay, are going to be based on the actions that you take. And there's going to be positive actions, or there's going to be negative actions, or inaction. And so everybody thinks that you should focus on your actions. But if I was to draw a line over here, and I was going to put results on this section over here, the amount of money that you're making, the amount of clients that you have, the amount of leads that you have, the amount of sales that you have, the amount of revenue, all of these things that we measure in business, they are effects. So an effect is no different than if you're in front of a mirror and you look inside the mirror, your reflection is an effect of the mirror. So your actions, the ones you take or don't take, are responsible for the results that you're achieving. However, your actions are not the real cause of your results. There is something deeper and more interesting at play. And I call it your behaviors, your habits, your thoughts, and your emotions. Now, your behaviors, thoughts, habits, and emotions causes you to take action or not take action, which causes your results. Does that make sense so far? It's a cause and effect relationship. Now, there are different types of beliefs. You have implicit beliefs, which are unconscious, and you have explicit beliefs, which are the ones that you talk about. So if I asked you, do you believe that you can double or triple your income in the next 6 to 12 months? You'd say, yeah, I believe that I could. But you also have an implicit, a deeply rooted belief that might say, I think I could, but am I smart enough? Am I good enough? Am I worthy enough? Am I skilled enough? So not only are there beliefs, but there's two types of beliefs. And one of the things that you have to do in order to get your actions to align is you've got to make sure that your explicit, your declarable beliefs and your unconscious, implicit beliefs are aligned. If you have a positive belief and a negative one deeply rooted in your psyche, you will not take action on a consistent basis. Then we have thoughts. And the thoughts are, can I achieve this? Yes or no? Is it possible? So you've got thoughts and then you've got thinking, which are two different things. And so thoughts, we have 35 to 50,000 thoughts a day that are random thoughts based on what? On the past or what we're observing and seeing. But thinking about things is a higher skill that most people don't give themselves the time to just be and think. Think about my beliefs. Think about my habits. Now, with habits, we also have constructive habits and destructive habits. We have habits that move us towards our goals and dreams, and we have habits that move us away from our goals and dreams. So we want to make sure that we're thinking about our habits and developing new, strong, powerful habits that help you generate the activities that causes you to take action day in and day out. So we have beliefs that we need to get aligned. We have thoughts that we need to get aligned. We have habits that we want to make constructive versus destructive. And then we have emotions. Now this is one that very few people talk about, but this is where the game is won or lost. We have emotions that are pleasant and feel good and helps us move towards what we want because our brain likes things like big goals. It likes new things. It likes anything that causes us to feel good. So we'll call those your good feeling emotions. However, when we have unpleasant or negative emotions, it causes a chain reaction that I'll show you in just a moment that causes you to lose your motivation to take action. And when you lose your motivation to take action because you have a fear of failure, a fear of not knowing enough, a fear of being rejected, a fear of disappointment, a fear of success, that you may achieve success and not be able to sustain it, as soon as that emotion lights up at your unconscious level, then you start to think about what you feel. And if what you feel is negative, you will actually stop taking action. You'll develop the habit of thinking about things, feeling negatively at an unconscious level, which will then reinforce a belief that you can't do it or you don't know how to do it. And this is what causes what I call is a self-fulfilling doom loop. That when this is reinforced, you keep repeating over and over and over again the same patterns that cause the same results over and over and over again. So why am I telling you and talking to you about this? Because if you want to change your behavior short term, you can use willpower and say, you know what? I'm going to start running right now if you want to get in great shape. Or I'm going to get on the phone and make some cold calls. Or I'm going to take an ad out on Facebook or on Google and do a short-term action. But we know that short-term actions lead to short-term gains. What I want to help you with is understanding that you can, through the latest scientific research and technologies and evidence-based methodologies, proven, you can alter your beliefs to feel like you deserve success, that you're smart enough, that you're good enough, that you can achieve what you want to achieve. You can learn how to think at a whole other level of thinking that you've become conditioned to think about. See, people who make $1 million a year, for example, don't have the same thoughts and don't think about the same things as people who make $30,000 a year. So you could retrain your brain, like I did and thousands of my clients have, to think at a higher level. You can develop, based on the latest research, there's so many amazing new developments in the research of habits. What causes habits? How do we let go of the destructive ones? How do we start the new constructive ones? And then all of the new research, because we're able to finally see into the human brain through fMRI technology and SPECT technology, which is big words for technology that allows us to see what's happening in the brain in real time. When you develop the right beliefs, the right thoughts, the right habits, and you've got the right emotions, that is going to lead you to being a powerhouse of an action taker. And then when you set goals to double, triple, quintuple your income, you've got something that I'll talk about a little bit later called neural coherence. Neural coherence is simply when your brain is working in concert, you have coherence. So imagine if you have somebody here playing the piano, somebody here playing the flute, somebody here playing guitar, and somebody here who is the vocalist. Imagine this is parts of your brain. Imagine if everybody here was playing a different tune or a different song. There would be what? Chaos. What we want is to have the different parts of your brain and your beliefs, habits, thoughts, and emotions to work in concert, so taking action consistently is what drives amazing results that you can double and triple your income. So I hope this has helped you understand a little bit about what's happening underneath the surface, okay, of your brain. And so that's part one of what I wanted to share with you. And so I want to shift over to a gentleman that I absolutely love and adore, and I'll share with you why. A few years ago, I met a young man. I think he was either late 20s, early 30s, and his name is Bow Wow Bill. His real name is Bill Church. And Bill Church was washing dishes and walked, people's dogs. He would find people who needed a dog walker, and he would charge $10 an hour washing dishes or $10 an hour to walk dogs. He really didn't care very much, but what he did care about was animals. He loved animals, specifically dogs. And when he heard me share a bit of what I just shared with you, he said, "John, can I apply what you just shared to building my own little business?" He said, "I don't know very much about business." He says, "But I love dogs. Can I build a business around dogs?" I said, "Bill, you could build a business around anything you want. If you get your right beliefs, habits, you think about business the right way and yourself the right way, and you develop the emotional mastery to be able to deal with the highs and lows that we all go through in building our businesses." He said, "Well, teach me how to retrain my brain. Teach me how to upgrade my knowledge and skills." Let me share with you an email I got from Bill in the last 30 days. And he basically said to me, he says, "John, by applying what you taught me, I'm now making over $10,000 a month. I now bought my dream home with several acres. I'm getting paid $3,000 to train one dog. Instead of walking one dog at a time for $10, I now walk 10, 15 dogs like the dog whisperer Caesar does." Now, what shifted for Bill? What shifted was first his mindset, his belief. Then, as he upgraded his skill sets and mastered his emotions and started doing the things that he knew he should be and could be doing, plus what we taught him, he was able to go from $10 an hour to over $10,000 a month. Now, if a dog walker can do it, can you? Well, the answer is of course you can. However, there's something that I call as the great disconnect. And the great disconnect is you standing wherever you are right now with the business results you want. You want to get over to the other side, to your bigger goals and dreams, your financial goals and dreams, your life goals and dreams. But if you take that jump, if you take that leap, there's a chance you might fall. There's a chance you might fail. There's a chance you might disappoint yourself. You might disappoint others. How are you going to deal with the emotion of maybe trying things that don't work? How are you going to deal with the emotion of maybe being ashamed? How will you deal with the emotion of maybe being embarrassed? How will you deal with the emotion of looking yourself in the mirror? Well, every successful business owner has to feel those emotions and learn how to take action anyway by upgrading their knowledge and skills while they reduce their risk. And so the great disconnect is really helping you understand how your brain works. I'm going to share with you some brain-based information that will make all the reasons in the world why you must retrain your brain as you're upgrading your knowledge and your skills. And so the first thing to understand is you've got a couple of different components to your brain, all right? And I'll talk to you about three of them. First and foremost, the reason you've possibly read books, gone to seminars, bought DVDs or CDs and not taken action on it is because the neocortex, the most newly developed part of our brains that's just been developing for the last 40 to 50,000 years, that is your rational thinking brain. So you could read information, you could watch this, webinar, you could feel good about it, which I'll come to in a moment, but you can say, wow, I'm learning this. I can think about it. But it's not that part of your brain that's going to cause you to really take action day in and day out. The other part of your brain that's been developing for the last 100 to 200,000 years is the limbic brain, or the emotional brain, your feeling brain. But the place that I want to bring your attention to is not the rational thinking, smart genius part of your brain or the emotional part of your brain yet. I want to talk to you about your reptilian brain. Now you might say, John, what the hell is my reptilian brain? Well, your reptilian brain is the instinctual, or lizard or dinosaur brain. It's the part of your brain that is looking out for your safety and your survival no matter what. So you might be thinking, what do you mean my safety and my survival no matter what? As you are being in the world, every thought you have, every incoming bit of information that comes in from the outside world first goes to this reptilian part of your brain to find out whether it's something that could be harmful or dangerous. That's number one, that could affect your life. Or number two, it's looking for something that could cause you pain. Write this down. I will do more to avoid pain than I will to gain pleasure. I'm going to repeat that. I will do more to avoid pain, move away from pain than I will do to gain pleasure. So let's imagine that you have a goal of doubling or tripling or quintupling your income, making an extra $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 a month or a year. Your brain is first going to go into your memory banks and it's going to come up with anything that exists in your memory banks, your old self, and it's going to find out any time that you have ever heard somebody that's taken action that's hurt themselves, like the action you're about to take. You're going to figure out anything at an unconscious level that's gotten you into trouble before, where you felt embarrassed, ashamed, you've had physical, emotional, or spiritual pain. This part of your brain works like in trillionths of a second, and it is what guides how you feel and what you think. So most people say that, well, let me think about it. Well, before you even think about something, your reptilian brain's already processed it, send a message to your emotional brain for you to think about. And so when you set a new goal to achieve something, and you set your action plan, and you even think about the obstacles that are there, If there's anything that could cause you to lose money, be ashamed, be embarrassed, be disappointed, look bad, etc., your motivational center in your brain will actually shut down. And what happens for most people is they gather a lot of knowledge and information, but they don't take action on that because they do not have alignment between their thinking brain, their emotional brain, and the reptilian brain. And what I'm going to teach you today how to do is how do you get those three to work in concert. I hope that makes total sense for you. So let me share with you what this looks like in your brain. And this is based on the latest brain research so that you can really get a better understanding of how to make you work better, think better, and feel better. When you have a new business vision or goal. So let's say we take your business right now and you start off with a big business vision of where you'd like to be a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now. As soon as you have that, you're going to get excited. And right after you get excited, one of two things is going to happen. As soon as you have that vision goes into what we call as the reality processing center in your brain. So it's the part of your brain that tries to figure out, is it real? Is it not real? Okay. And it's going to try and figure out, is this dangerous? Is it pleasurable? Or can it cause financial pain, physical pain, emotional pain? It's going to try and figure this out very, very quickly. It doesn't try, it just does it. Now, when we take a look at a human's brain and we show them a scary image, certain areas of the brain light up and other areas of the brain quiet down. If we show them a happy, positive image, other parts of the brain light up. But where this makes all the difference in the world to a business owner is when you become aware of your vision, okay, one of two things is going to happen. If it soothes you and it makes you feel really good and you believe that you can achieve it and you have the habits to achieve it and you have the emotions to support those habits and those thoughts and those beliefs, then you will take action and move towards it. However, if it scares you because there is uncertainty or doubt or lack of confidence or lack of skill or lack of support, then you will have something in your brain that is called neural dissonance. So when you have something in your brain that is aligned with what you know how to do, feel good doing, you have neural coherence or your brain's in concert. But when you don't have the neural coherence, you actually will stop yourself from taking action. Now, here's the real problem. By the time that you are in your 40s or 50s or 60s and beyond, you and we've developed our beliefs, our perceptions, our habits, and we have all of the stories and references and unconscious and even conscious expectations of what result we're going to achieve in advance. And we have the daily actions that become automatic that keeps us stuck at our current income level and business results. And what you and I have to do on an ongoing basis, if you want to double or triple or quintuple your income, you have to change the beliefs and the habits and the perceptions and the emotions at the unconscious level so that you don't create a incoherent pattern in your brain. And years and years and years of conditioning keeps you and I and everybody else stuck at our current levels of performance and results. So what we want to do and what you want to do is we want to shake up the things that are causing you to stay stuck. And how do you do that? Well, first, you've got to recognize your thoughts and emotions. You've got to become aware of your conscious and maybe even unconscious fears. So are you afraid of trying and failing? Are you afraid of being embarrassed if you don't achieve the success that you're achieving? Are you afraid of feeling like you're not smart enough or unworthy? Are you uncertain because you don't have the skills or the knowledge of what to do? Because if you are, that's going to cause doubt. And if you cause doubt, then that might cause you not to take action, which will cause more shame. Shame is blame turned inwards. And many, many people, especially highly successful people, feel like a fraud. They feel like they want to achieve these goals and dreams, but they don't feel like they really deserve to achieve these goals and dreams. And when you are dealing with fears, uncertainty, unworthiness, doubts, shame, guilt, or fraud, you know what you will do? You will rationalize. What do I mean by that? Well, rationalize means you're going to tell yourself rational lies. Why you don't have the time, you don't have the money, you can do it later. You come up with all of these stories to keep you stuck where you're at right now. However, when you go to a higher level of thinking and you retrain your brain now, you're able to recognize the limiting thoughts, recognize the limiting emotions, recognize the real reason why you're not taking action, recognize why you're not applying what you should be applying. And when you do that, you start to actually take action and you start to change who you are from the inside out. And when you are not in concert with the beliefs, the habits, the emotions, and the behaviors, you create neural dissonance in your brain. It's a simple term for chaos in your brain. And when you have chaos in your brain, and especially neural dissonance, you have what is called an increase in your front lobe activity. What does that do? Well, whenever your front lobe activates, it comes up as all of the doubts and fears and anxieties and stories and reasons of why you shouldn't and can't move forward. It is the pessimist side of your brain that's almost your default unless you know how to switch it and activate the most powerful, amazing, genius part of yourself, the CEO, the executive director, the ringleader of possibility, your left prefrontal cortex, which is like a GPS system that'll guide you towards your goals. It'll help solve the biggest problems you may be having. It'll help you really focus, gain clarity, and move you towards solutions every single day. Now, up until now, most people had no idea. Right prefrontal cortex, left prefrontal cortex, motivational centers, fear centers. But that's the era that you and I live in right now. We live in a new time where you and I can deliberately and consciously learn how to use our brains better. Just like I can say, right hand move up, right hand move down. Left hand move up, left hand move down. You can activate your left prefrontal cortex to give you solutions. You can activate the stress reduction parts of your brain, your sympathetic nervous system, your parasympathetic nervous system. One causes you to take action, one causes you to back up and not take action. This is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about using the latest science just to get a little smarter in how to use your brain better to help you achieve the goals of your dreams. Now, it's only in the last 10, 15 years that science has shown us that we can utilize our brain better. We can increase our levels of confidence and certainty instead of every day being uncertain and procrastinating and not doing what we should be doing. When your fear center activates, it lights up your brain like a Christmas tree, but it also shuts down your desire to acquire, your desire to excel, your motivational center in your brain, which is preventing you from taking action every day, even though you know what to do, you know who to call, you know all the things that you should be doing, but you're not doing it. And that is really where I've found this to be so much fun. And that's why it's not enough to learn, new business skills and read more books. In order for you to have more in your business, you've got to shift your unconscious beliefs and habits, and you've got to repattern your brain to be able to quickly release any of your past traumas, your past failures, your past experiences that may not have been wonderful to experience when you did, but you've got to let those go. And whether they're real fears or imagined fears, you've developed stories and reasons and an entire environment inside your head, and you have all the supporting evidence of why you can't do it or why you don't deserve it. And what I am sharing with you is that when you make a commitment to retraining your brain using the latest in technology and evidence-based methodologies and all the science behind it, this really won't matter anymore after today, because you're going to become an incredibly powerful, high-performing business owner. And that's what I want for you. And what I want you to think about as well is, if you think about your beliefs and your habits and your emotions, if you were 10 years old, your roots, wouldn't be that deeply rooted. But if you're, 30 years old, 40, 50, or 60, you've got deeply rooted roots called beliefs, habits, and emotions. And what we have to help you do is, in essence, prune the ones that really aren't helping you and creating new ones as fast as possible, so your belief in yourself changes, your belief in what's possible changes, your habits start to match your beliefs, and when you learn how to manage the emotions, which really aren't good or bad, they're just pleasant or unpleasant, that is what really causes the difference between somebody who achieves, $100 or $300 or $500,000 a year, somebody gets to $1 million or $5 million or $10 million. It's not about more strategies and tactics, because all of those, they're in the books, they're in the library, they're on Google that you can search. The key is to get you to believe that you can do it, to help you with the habits of changing what you currently do, to help you emotionalize those new visions and goals you have, and to help you manage the fear emotions and some of the other emotions that you have to every single day. And when you do that, what you do by retraining your brain is you gain confidence, you increase your self-worth, you gain more certainty, you develop new habits, you master your emotions, and those things are what changes your behavior every day. Think about this for just a moment. Think about a lottery winner. Somebody just won the lottery, $2 million, $5 million, $10 million, $100 million. What do they believe about themselves before they win the lottery? Well, if they're homeless, they might believe that they're not worth much. If they have, a decent lifestyle and all of a sudden they have this windfall, there's going to be a gap between their current lifestyle and the lifestyle they're now able to live. Are you aware that 85% of people who win the lottery lose it within 3 years? And a high percentage of the people who win the lottery say it's the worst thing that ever happened to them? So here they are, they'd love to win a lottery because they bought the ticket. They win the lottery, and then 3 years later, they don't have the money, and they say it was the worst thing that ever happened to them. Do you know why that is? It's because their internal map, their brain, their beliefs, their emotions, their habits don't match up with the external income and lifestyle that they're now able to have. So they get rid of it so that they can go back to their comfort zone. Now, let's take a look at the polar opposite of that. Are you aware that millionaires that lose their money, that have earned it themselves, a high percentage of those people will make their money back within 3 years? The question is why? And it's because they believe they can, they believe they deserve it. Yes, they've developed the skills and the knowledge which you need, but they also feel and remember what it was like to have it, and they want to move back into that comfort zone. So to achieve your business goals, what we want to do is help you create a big vision that really excites you and scares you, but teach you how to develop the beliefs, the habits, the thinking that you need to have every day about that, and we've got to teach you how to master the emotions of what your brain and body feel when you're taking action or even thinking about taking action. This is what I call coherence. When you get those things in line, you're now able to master your performance. You're able to master your own destiny. And when you become one with your vision, all of the brain scan studies will show that your brain starts to light up and you can get that coherence in your brain and align the parts of your brain that need to be in concerts so that you take action every single day. And when you have your brain in concert, then you have this incredible music and melody where you love what you're doing, you're in flow, you're in the zone, it sounds, looks, feels amazing. And that's what you want, isn't it? So if you've wondered why is it you can know what to do, and maybe you even do a little bit of it, but then you stop, it all has to do with what's happening in your head. Get that part right, and guess what? You'll be able to achieve every goal and dream you have. And when you make a mistake, you'll learn how to master your emotions so that you can learn quickly and fail forward. You turn your fear into fuel. You turn your past into an ability to take those experiences and project them and use them in the future. And part of becoming one with your goal is taking your ideas consciously, your beliefs and habits and vision, and impressing it as fast as possible so it sticks in the unconscious or non-conscious mind. And what I want to share with you is something that was recently discovered at the University of Toledo. Not Toledo as in Ohio, but Toledo. And that is evidence that we can take anything from our past, anything that has hurt us, any experience, any person, any scenario, and we can, through some mental exercises, one of them being re-scripting, we can re-script the story so that it doesn't have the negative or unpleasant emotional feeling that we have that caused us to repeat that negative feeling. So it's being used right now with people with post-traumatic stress. It's being used right now in a variety of stories where people have had terrible, negative things happen in their lives, and they're helping them re-script the pattern in their brain. And by doing that, they're moving from being unable or incapable of taking action to totally changing the script in their brain, the neural pattern in their brain, to where they can take action and be functional. Now imagine what you can do when you learn how to re-script your brain, when you can learn how to re-script all the reasons and stories and excuses you have of why you can't achieve 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 times more income. When you learn how to re-script your story, your beliefs, your habits, and your emotions, you're going to become unstoppable. And so let me share with you one way to understand this. There's a multitude of ways. I'm going to give you one way to understand how to do this. There's something that we teach in our brain retraining program called cognitive priming. And cognitive priming is a way for you to prime your brain to perform at the level you want to perform at. And so if you think about a Hollywood actor or actress looking at a script for the first time, what is he or she experiencing? Well, initially they're just reading a piece of paper. And there really isn't, any emotions around it until they read the whole thing. But when they want to accept the role of being a character in that movie or play, what do? Well, in most cases, they will take that character and they'll get a vision in their mind first of how the character is going to be played. Between themselves and the producer, they get a vision of how they want the character to play. They already have the character written down, but they add to it all of the characteristics of the character. And then once they have the vision and the character and they understand the storyline, what do they do in order to go from not having any awareness or recognition of a script for the movie or the play? What do they do to become the role? How do they get to an Academy Award or an Oscar? Well, they read it, they emotionalize it, they visualize it over and over and over again, and they practice it. And so when you have a goal. One of the things I want you to do is I want you to every day look at it. I want you to make sure that it's written out clearly as if it was a New York play. Why would you do it so clearly? It's because your life is what you're trading every single day for what you're doing. So why not take the time to be clear? Why not take the time to create an amazing vision for your business and your life? Write it down, then read it. What I was taught many years ago was to read my goals, to put my fingers along my goals, which would send an electrical signal to my brain. I was taught to just feel it, act as if it was real, even when it wasn't. I was taught to visualize it, to see myself there, even though at the beginning when I did it, I would have little voices in my head that would say, well, that's not true, that's not real, you're not that confident, you're not that certain, you're not making that amount of money, you're not smart enough, you're not good enough, you don't have the skills. But when I kept doing it day after day after day after day, what I started to recognize is through repetition, through emotionalization, through visualization, through a variety of different methodologies, I started to feel more and more and more comfortable with the idea that I was a millionaire, with the idea that I was a successful business owner, with the idea that I could learn the skills and the knowledge, even though I didn't think I was smart enough based on my references called school. And so what I recognized back then was that I was doing something, I learned something called the 4R process. And I'll come back to the 4R process for you in just a moment. But what I can share with you is the reason I was able to build a $4.5 billion a year sales company was first I imagined it, and then I became the person through retraining my brain, through upgrading my knowledge and my skill, and through putting myself in an environment of people who could help me along the way. And I'll share a story with you that I think will solidify some of what I'm saying. Many years ago, about 25 years ago, my company was doing about $1 billion a year in sales, and we were stuck. Now, I know being at $1 billion is a great place to be stuck at, but I knew that the potential was 4 or 5 times that. And so what I did is I said, okay, what helped me get to that level? And what helped me get to the level was I worked on my inner game of my beliefs, my habits, my thinking, and my emotions. And I was pretty diligent about doing that. So I did a little experiment. I gathered my real estate agents. At the time, I had in Indiana, I think, 750 agents. We were doing $1 billion a year in sales. And so I gathered my agents together and I asked a group of them, how many of you would like to do a 6-month test? And the test would be based on you doubling or tripling your incomes. And I will teach you everything I've learned about retraining your brain. And I'm not going to teach you anything about selling real estate. And we got a group of people that paid $5,000 each to be part of my 6-month experiment. And what happened? Well, the average agent in the group at the time was making about $38,000 a year. And when we helped them retrain their brain to believing that they can achieve more, to feeling like they could achieve more, to develop the habits of highly successful real estate agents, their incomes went from $38,000 to an average of $151,000. The way I was able to get my company from $1 billion to $4 billion was by helping the real estate agents retrain their brains. And over the next several years, we grew and grew and grew and grew. The agents that we worked with knew that they could achieve more, but they were stuck. But their revenues went through the roof once they started to recognize what was holding them back. So let me share with you the 4R process that you can use. And then I'm going to share with you a program that I would love you to get part of today, where I can really help you over the next 90 days to a year. And this process I call is the 4R process. The first thing that you've got to do to really get your game leveled up is you've got to recognize your negative thought patterns any negative beliefs you have, any emotions that may be holding you back, and you've got to recognize your behavioral patterns, because everything we do is based on behavioral patterns. So you're either moving every day towards your goals and dreams, or you're not. Do you have doubts, fears, anxieties, frustrations, sadness, grief, guilt, madness, whatever it is? Recognize that first. The next thing you need to remember is, how do you reframe, okay, that emotion, that behavior? And you can reframe any experience from the past just by re-scripting. You can actually add a sentence to a belief that you have. So if you say, I believe that I'm not smart enough, you could reframe it by saying, I believed I was not smart enough in the past, and now I'm getting smarter. If you have a negative experience that's holding you back, where you've gotten hurt and it's created some pain for you, you can change the way you look at that experience. And in changing the way you look at that experience, you're going to start feeling differently. So for example, let's say you've tried something in the past that hasn't worked. You can say, well, that didn't work. You can say now, well, when I tried it in the past, it didn't work. And because I'm now open to learning and seeing it from a different perspective, here are 3 things I learned from what I did before. And that can empower you now just by reframing it. The third part, which is really important, is when you are having a negative emotion that you're aware of, or one that you repeat, you're usually going to be in a state of either fear or a negative or unpleasant emotion. One of the easiest ways to release that feeling that may be causing you to procrastinate or stay stuck or not take action is to actually stop and just take 10 deep breaths. Nice inhalations and exhalations in a rhythmic pattern. And the reason you can do that, and will do that from now on, right, is because when you have an emotion that's not serving you, or a thought that's not serving you, we know that when you observe it and you allow it to pass like a wave, you can release the negative emotion behind it, and that will cause you not to think about what you're feeling, which will cause you to feel what you're thinking about. So we want to observe and release. And then what you want to do is retrain your brain. You want to retrain your brain to having different beliefs, different habits, mastering your emotions, which will then cause your actions to change. So the 4R process is recognize, reframe, release, and retrain. That's a simple process that we teach people every single day, thousands and thousands around the world. We're teaching them how to upgrade their skills and their brain's ability to have the right beliefs and habits, so that what? So that they can take action every day. They can feel great. They can feel more confidence. They can feel more certainty than ever before. And ultimately, when you feel more confident, more certain, you believe in yourself, and you understand how to take action every day, you'll be able to achieve your highest version of your life and your business, and more so than ever before. So let me share with you the exact system I've personally used and thousands of my clients are personally using right now to take this deeper and to really get you to achieve your goals and dreams. All right, so in order for your business and your income and results to change, I hope that you now recognize that you've got to release your limiting beliefs, your unproductive habits, any sabotaging emotions, and you do that by altering your inner game, and you alter what is possible for you to achieve in the next 3 to 6 months by doing what? By quickly and easily gaining the inner confidence and certainty that you must have now to grow your business. And as I mentioned earlier, your external results will always match your internal map of beliefs, habits, emotions, and expectations. And so the quicker you change the inner map, the neural networks in your brain, the quicker you're going to achieve your goals. And so I want to ask you the same question that my mentor asked me 35 years ago. Are you interested in doing this, or are you committed? Are you going to give yourself a whole bunch of stories why you can't or shouldn't? Or are you going to commit to yourself to achieve the goals and do what you need to take? I hope that you really make the decision right now to change and achieve your goals. Now, I want to share with you a story that I think is worthwhile. Many years ago, one of my friends, Price Pritchett, was sitting in a hotel room, and he was watching what he calls is a life and death struggle. And this life and death struggle was this fly that was buzzing around him and trying to break through the window. And it kept hitting the window, falling on the windowsill, hitting the window, falling on the windowsill. And Price was wondering why the fly thought that trying harder was the answer, when just a few feet away, the door was open. So what I want you to do is I want you to take the easy way. I want you to take the open door instead of hitting the windowsill trying harder. It's not trying harder. What it really is, and what you already know and have learned, is that it's neural dissonance that's the cause. Neural dissonance is the difference between what your vision and your goals are, and your beliefs and habits and emotions and thinking, versus what you actually need to be believing and feeling and thinking. You also know that your beliefs and habits and emotions is all part of your past conditioning, and you can change that. And you also know that you can re-script and retrain your brain so that you can gain the confidence and certainty to achieve your goals and dream, so that you can actually take action every single day and do it with you feeling empowered as opposed to disempowered. And so what did I do? I created what I believe is the most powerful three-step system to be able to help you transform from the inside out, based in neuroscience. And over the past 10 years, I've worked with over 7,000 business owners and helped them. I've helped them retrain their brain, I've helped them upgrade their knowledge and their skills, and I've helped put them in an environment where they can shine and thrive. And many of them have increased their businesses, their revenues by 50, 100, 200, 300% and more. And so what is it that I did with them? Well, I created a prescription strength program based in neuroscience that will help them and will help you reset your financial thermostat, your business success financial thermostat. And I created this program called the Complete Winning the Game of Business Success Training System. And what's amazing about this program is I've made it absolutely easy to follow and easy to do. And there's 3 steps to it. In step number 1, I'm going to literally retrain your brain. All you have to do is make a commitment to sitting or laying down gently somewhere for 30 minutes a day, and I will retrain your brain using the most advanced brain retraining system. We know how to get powerful habits and beliefs into the unconscious mind. We know how to use cognitive priming techniques based in the latest cognitive behavior therapy and neuroscience. We know how to create some success-minded financial meditations to help you really emotionalize the business vision that you want. We know how to use our proprietary brain stimulation technology to get your brain in the right brainwave frequency to absorb and accept what we're going to teach you. We know how to use guided hypnotherapy to help you release any of the doubts, the fears, the anxieties, the lack of confidence, the lack of certainty, the feelings you're not smart enough or not good enough. And we know how to use guided visualizations and success visualizations in order to help you see yourself, re-script your brain to that new level of business success that you want. And we know that subliminal programming works when done at the right or in the right way at the right time. So our most advanced brain retraining system will help do that. And when we apply our accelerated brain retraining program, you are going to, over the next week, 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, really change the patterns of your brain, the beliefs and the habits and the emotions. And what I will do in step 1 of this program is I'm going to, every day for 30 minutes for the next 90 days, retrain your unconscious brain to higher levels of clarity, higher levels of focus, higher levels of confidence, higher levels of certainty. And through repetition, using a variety of different methodologies that I just shared with you, I'm going to have you listen to my voice every day so that you can take action versus living with your doubts and fears and anxieties about your abilities to achieve your business goals and dreams. You're going to listen to my voice every day for 30 minutes, and I'm going to be using the most advanced methodologies to reprogram your subconscious mind and all retrain your brain to take more action than ever before. And you're going to learn how to recognize what's been holding you back. You're going to learn how to reframe it, and you're going to learn how to release it and let go of the mental blockages that have been holding you back for years. And what's that going to do? It's going to help you gain more confidence and more certainty so that you can focus on what I call your highest income producing activities every day and your most productive behaviors. This program, just the first phase of it, is really going to get your brain in coherence with your goals and dreams. And so imagine yourself 30, 60, 90 days from now, okay, as you go through this 9-level brain retraining program, imagine yourself shattering your old negative beliefs and habits. Imagine yourself letting go of any doubts or lack of confidence or certainty. Imagine yourself learning how to overcome any of your past thoughts or emotions that have held you back, or any of the sabotaging behaviors that have been holding you back. Imagine learning how to set goals, but then learning how to achieve them. Imagine how it will feel to be in control of your mind and your emotions in your life versus your mind being in control of you. Imagine upgrading your knowledge and skills and really learning what to do as well. And what I can share with you is in the first phase of this, in week 1, we're going to help you develop unstoppable business beliefs and habits. And then you're going to listen to this audio track every day for 30 minutes. In week 2, we're going to focus on increasing your confidence and certainty. In week 3, we're going to help you master your patience and persistence. In week 4, we're going to help you master your focus and clarity. In week 5, we're going to help you compound your business results. Week 6, we're going to help you start to break your disempowering habits. In weeks 7 to 9, this is where it gets even super more interesting. We've got some advanced business growth reprogramming in your brain. And then, because we want you to be healthy physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, in week 10 to 12, we've got some health boosters for you to work with, as well as really take your game to the whole next level. So just the brain retraining program alone will help you develop unstoppable personal power and amazing, powerful habits and beliefs that allow you to take action and grow your business to any level you want. And you're going to focus on your business growth, and you're going to break through anything that's been holding you back. Now, this accelerated programming is going to help you master change and find new business growth and opportunities. And more importantly, I keep talking about, taking action, but you've got to take action on the critical things that'll generate revenue versus the trivial many things that waste your precious time. So I've developed this program with a world-leading team of experts that invested over $500,000 and tens of thousands of hours in expertise. And what I can share with you is that this, just the brain retraining side of it, is worth $50,000 to people who use it or more, but you're not going to pay anywhere near that for that. What we've done is incorporated the best brain-changing technology with the best methodologies for you to be able to change your neurology. And the beautiful thing for you is you get to work with me every day by listening to me one-on-one in your home or in your business. And that's just the brain retraining program. Now, if you were to hire me personally, you'd pay about $5,000 an hour or $35,000 for a day, but you're not going to pay anywhere near for this program. And that's just the brain retraining program, which is, one step and one part of the program. We normally sell just the brain retraining program for $1,497. Let me take you to step number 2. As I mentioned earlier, while you're retraining your brain to have higher beliefs or stronger beliefs and habits and mastering your emotion, you definitely want to upgrade your knowledge and skills and your strategies for what's working today. So I'm also going to give you 12 hours of powerful, cutting-edge business growth video training. And in these trainings, I'm going to help you generate more of your perfect prospects, make more sales, increase your cash flow, and do it with less stress while you're being more productive so you have time to do the things that you love to do. And that is going to be in this format. In the first video that you're going to learn or that you're going to watch is I'm going to help you develop a sales process that every business needs to generate leads, qualify leads, convert leads, and then nurture the leads or prospects that don't buy. In video 2, you're going to learn how to develop a winning business culture, whether you're hiring people or you're outsourcing people. In video 3, I'm going to help you really understand how to get more done in less time by being maximally productive. In video 4, you're going to learn some strategies to reduce any of your negativity. In video number 5, you're going to learn how to master selling yourself, because every sale starts with selling yourself. In the next video, you're going to learn how to develop your marketing message so that people actually want to pay attention to you. Most people don't understand that you don't have competition in other businesses. The competition you have right now is people's attention. So I'll help you understand how to develop your marketing message. And then we're also going to create the video that you're going to have access to on how to use Facebook ads to attract more leads and sales. Now, I can share with you that my company right now generates about 25,000 new leads and prospects every single month just from Facebook ads. We spend $150,000 a month. I'm going to teach you what we have learned using Facebook to generate more leads and sales. And then I've invested probably $2 million in the last 2 years alone, putting almost all of my marketing on automation. I'm going to teach you with one of my good friends how to think about your marketing and sales and how to automate it so that you can build it once and get paid week in, week out, week in, week out. And that's exciting. Normally, this part of the program costs $1,297, and that's just step 2 or part 2 of the program. Part 3 of the program is this. As I mentioned to you earlier, my daily fee is $35,000 to work with somebody for 8 hours or $5,000 an hour. I shared with you earlier that one of the keys to my success was having an environment, a group of mentors that were able to teach me and be around me every single day. Well, I've created a community where I'm in the community personally every day, and some of my experts are in there every day, coaching and teaching our clients from all over the world. And so part 3 or step 3 in your growth to help you get your business to where you want to is imagine if you can get daily coaching and online support from me and a group of experts and thousands of other people. Well, what I'm doing as part of this program is giving you access for 1 whole year of my knowledge and my input to make sure that you've got your mindset right and your skill set right and your behavior. So when you get access to my community, you're gonna be able to learn, share, connect, and receive help and make a difference in the lives of others. And what that's gonna give you is total support. You're going to be able to go deep on the issues that are affecting you and your business. You're going to be able to go deep with like-minded people. You'll be able to find an accountability partner so you can take action daily, and we'll be there to support you. And what I can share with you is there is so much activity in my Achievers online group, all right? And so 1 year of VIP coaching and support with me and my team retails for $3,997. So what does that mean? It means that the brain retraining program normally sells for $1,497. The video training to upgrade your knowledge and skills is $1,297. And 1 year of daily online coaching and support from me and my team is $3,997. I'll do the math for you. The total value is $6,791. But you're not going to pay that, as you already know. Here's what I want you to do. You could take action right now and just make one investment of $395 right now, and then agree to 3 more monthly payments of $395 every 30 days after today. So one payment today, then one payment in 30 days, one payment in 60 days, and one payment in 90 days. That is an absolute steal. Or if you want to save an extra $585, which many smart people do, they make one single payment of $995 for this whole package, and that's an 85% discount. So you're going to get all of that stuff. And when you pay in full, I'm going to increase your package. I'm going to give you 2 other videos. One is how to automate your lead generation and lead conversion process to be able to make millions. And another one is how to build an unstoppable culture for growth and higher profits at a deeper level. And the value of that is $324. And I'm going to do something that'll blow your mind. Over the last 2.5 years, every 2 weeks, we've been doing a training session for our clients who pay $5,000, $10,000, $50,000, $100,000. And I've created what we refer to as the $1 Million Success Library. And this is an incredible library of some of the smartest people in the world on growing a business, on health, on wealth, on making more money. This normally would sell for $5,000. There's over 80 hours of training in health, wealth, business, etc. I'm going to make this a part of your package when you make a decision right now and click on the button to buy this. And so when we take a look at this, I can share with you that in the $1 Million Library, there's videos on earning more money, managing money, investing money, protecting your money, mastering your time, controlling your emotions, gaining laser focused. You're going to learn the exact strategies and tactics to not just set goals, but achieve goals. You're going to be able to gain the knowledge and the skills to act in spite of fear, acquire the advanced investment and thinking strategies of some of my friends who work with billionaires. Naturally, when you use this system, you are going to begin to know and feel like you can achieve this, you will achieve this, and what happens when you start to take action is that you start to develop more confidence and certainty. And that is why you should invest in yourself right now in the Complete Win the Game of Business program, because it has everything you need in order to achieve your goals. So click on the button below, fill out the order form, click this and own this and get started immediately. You're going to get an email right away and instant access to the whole program, whether you pay in full or you take the financing option. It is valued at over $12,000 with the bonuses, and I've made it, crazily affordable for anybody who has a business to start today. For just $995 when you pay in full, or as I mentioned earlier, you can make one payment right now of $395. I'm going to give you access to everything, and you pay 3 more payments of $395 if you choose the financing option over the next 3 months. And so let me recap this for you. Imagine yourself with more confidence, unstoppable certainty and clarity, and unstoppable personal power. Imagine yourself with strong, powerful beliefs and habits that you know will allow you to grow any business to any size. That's what I want for you, and I'm telling you, that's what this program will do for you. If you want to learn how to stay laser focused to grow your business and break free from any of your negative thought patterns and sabotaging emotions or anything that's held you back, and learn the proven strategies for your mindset, your skill set, and be in an environment that's going to help you achieve success, then you owe it to yourself to act now. And here's something else. If the discount and all the bonuses aren't enough to push you over the edge, I've got something else for you. You can make a decision to own the program right now, and I'm going to take all the risk. How? I'm going to give you a full 30-day money-back guarantee. If for any reason it's not for you, just let us know anytime in the 30 days and we'll give you 100% of your money back. All of this is downloadable, digital download. You can have access to it beautifully laid out in our membership community. You're going to get email follow-up with us on what to do and how to do it. And it is laid out beautifully with a recommended path of when to listen to the audios, when to watch the videos, and how to get connected in our community. If all of that doesn't work for you for any reason, 30-day total 100% guarantee. Now let me share one thing worthy of looking at. When we've surveyed our clients on asking them, how much has this training been worth to you? 88% of our clients said that the training is priceless. The brain retraining, the videos, and the training we give them in our community. 12% say that it's worth millions of dollars. Nobody said it's worth thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars or nothing. Everybody said millions of dollars or priceless. So are you worth it to you? I think the answer is yes. Let me share with you some extra bonuses I'm going to throw in just to get you over the edge. A couple of things that I know will help you is something called achieving peak mental clarity and focus. So if you're going to go, on a business meeting, if you're going to get on the phone, if you're going to go to a networking event, what I'll want you to do is listen to our audio track on peak mental clarity and focus. The other thing that you're going to get as a bonus is a whole brain problem solving audio track. And I'm going to give you an immune system booster as well to keep you healthy, to lower your stress, and keep your body working as effectively as possible. And that has got a $297 bonus value when you apply and get it today. All right? Now, if that's not enough, I feel like the guy on TV selling the Ginzu knife, and there's more. What I created as well to really help my clients who pay me $25,000, $50,000, $100,000, $250,000 to help them is I've created a process to help individuals gain deeper insights into their natural talents and skills and values and strengths so that they can really play to their strengths. So we have an in-depth personality, strength, and success profile that is sold for $500, and it comes with a 75-page report that'll blow your mind. It also comes with a video on how to use it and how to work with your teams or your family so that they understand more about you, and it'll help you understand more about yourself so you play to your strengths. I'm going to include that as well. And this program for the strengths and personality profile will help you really understand what your personality is and whether you're, gregarious and outgoing, whether you're analytical, whether you're more passive, and how to play to those strengths. And it's all included in this program. So as a recap for you, you're going to get the brain retraining system worth $1,497. You're going to get the ultimate business growth training videos worth $1,297. You're going to get VIP coaching and support from me and my team every day for a year worth $1,397. You're going to get the $1 Million Success Library that I've been accumulating for 3 years worth over $5,000. I'm going to give you the brain health boosters worth $297, the personality profile worth over $500. So the total value of this package is $12,588. And for you, you can make a decision to invest $395 now, then 3 more payments of $395. That is the steal of the century for anybody that's serious about growing their business and their life. And if you want to be even smarter than that, save an extra $585 with one single payment of $995, and that's more than 92% off the total value. And as I mentioned before, there's a couple of pay in full bonus training videos on building your culture and automating your processes, and this whole package is available to you right now. It's just deep, it's all-encompassing, it'll take care of your mindset, your skill set, your action sets, and put you in the environment. And as I mentioned, it's a 30-day money-back guarantee. Look at the whole program, start it, get involved in the community, meet people, retrain your brain. Let me help you get your business to the level that you have dreamed of in the past. I'm going to share something with you that that's important. Number one is all the bonuses are going to expire within 48 hours. The universe always rewards people who take action. And so you take action, you're going to get all those bonuses. Now, here's a question you might be asking yourself. Is this for you? Well, if you're like Vicky Crosby, she started her business and she was making $800 a week. And by getting involved in this program, her profits steadily increased all of last year to the point where in April of last year, she hit $30,000 and was on track of hitting $1,600,000 in revenue. Not enough? Here's Vicky Higgins' story. You know, before using our program, she was $30,000 in debt. She'd gone through some traumatic things and her confidence and certainty levels were down. She was stuck. She was working in a really good job that she wanted to leave. Results afterwards, she paid off her debt in 30 days. She increased her personal income by over $50,000. She helped her company grow from, I think, $3 million to $5 million, and it was just incredible the results that she was able to achieve. Not enough? Ruben Salazar. He was faced with potential bankruptcy with his business. He felt uncertain, didn't feel like he was worthy, didn't know if he was going to be able to recover from the economic downturn. His business just plummeted. He's a welder. He went from $400,000 to $400,000 a year, to $100,000 a month in his welding business. He's now investing again. He's traveling again, spending more time with his family. I can share with you story after story after story like this of men and women just like you who've gone from achieving some decent success to achieving some amazing success. And so what I can share with you is the results are not typical. You have to do the work. But if you're willing to do the work, I have the system to retrain your brain. I have the system to upgrade your knowledge and your skills. And I've got the environment to give you the support you need to achieve the results that you want. So you've watched this entire presentation. You want to grow your business to achieve the lifestyle and freedom you deserve. And you know it's excellent value. It's worth its weight in platinum and gold and diamonds. So it's excellent value. So take advantage of the incredible discount. Take advantage right now of the amazing bonuses. And I've offered you a risk-free, can't lose guarantee when you act now. And so what would it be worth to you to have the beliefs, have the habits, have the actions, the confidence and the certainty? What kind of transformation do you think you can achieve? And what I can share with you is you can achieve an enormous amount of success over the next 30, 60, 90 days, 6 months, year-long working with me together. And so you can think that it may cost too much. And what I'm going to say to you is it's going to cost you a fortune staying stuck. It's going to cost you a fortune doing the same thing over and over again. And so you can continue on the path you're on and keep doing what you're doing. You can predict the same results. Or you can take action now and really achieve great success. So if you imagine yourself 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, 3 years down the road, you're either going to feel regret or you're going to feel elated. Which do you want? More of the same, or do you want an amazing future? Do you want to have the confidence and certainty, or do you want to stay stuck in your comfort zone? There is a cost of not doing this. And the cost is more of the same. And if you're okay with that, good for you. But if you want an amazing future, a great business, then take action right now and take advantage of this amazing offer that I'm giving you, because 6 months from now, you're gonna know that you made the most amazing decision because you're gonna achieve the results, versus 6 months from now wishing you would have made the decision and not do this. And so as I mentioned, you've got a 30-day total 100% guarantee. Order this and start right now. Your investment's either one full payment of $995 or make one payment today of $395 and then 3 more payments of $395 in 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days. So get started right now. Let's retrain your brain. Let's upgrade your knowledge and your skills. Let's get you into an environment where I can teach you, and thousands of other people in my community will be there to help you as you help them. And what I will want from you is to hear of your success story. So click on that button, get started, and let me help you grow the business of your dreams so you can have the life you've always dreamed of. Thanks so much. Just click on the button and let's get you into our community right now.